So let's talk about beliefs, hooks, and how we can run this workflow. So on-brand content ships every week when these three things run together. Without one of them, the entire system breaks. First, we need to give Claude a point of view. Claude, by definition, has a little bit of a perspective and a little bit of a personality. And that's when we say we see AI slop. That means that the content that is being produced is truly from Claude's point of view, which I think we all recognize as very generic, basic content at this point. And so we need to create a document of beliefs. Some people call them spiky point of views. We refer to them as beliefs here, similar to content pillars. But we need to document the perspectives that we share as a company and share as an individual to be able to then tailor the content to speak about your market, your customers, and your product effectively. Once we have this, Claude's able to draft from that point of view every time instead of guessing. And this is the fastest way to getting an output from sounding generic to sounding on brand. The next part of the system is generating 10 openers. Hooks are, a huge game within their own. They make up about 75% of whether a post will perform or underperform just from the hook. And so while the contents of the post are very important, how you package it and how you hook someone's attention is even more important. And so what we want to do is we want to package the same idea 10 different ways. And that way we can start running some tests to understand, okay, how can we actually capture the attention from our audience? Once we do this, we'll have it generate 10, rank them based off of past performance, and then pick the top 3. And so what we're able to do with AI here is we're able to hit volume plus a filter that's using data to actually make educated assumptions on what will perform. The next thing is, if you've spent any time posting on LinkedIn, you'll understand that posting is half the battle. What the other half of the battle is actually commenting and actually inserting your opinions and your beliefs into conversations. And so what we can do with the same belief system is we can use it to build and actually create comments rooted in your team and your perspective that contribute to the conversation that's already happening on social. So the system every week will be a belief sync. This can be on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. We would recommend weekly, where you can pull your customer calls into Claude. If you have again, this can be anything, support tickets, customer calls, interviews, and then what you can do is you can take them and extract them into beliefs. This will also run through a filter of what your company stands for. What problem are you solving in the market? Because with any good story, there is a hero and there is a villain, and you are the hero you are the guide saving your users, enlightening them to be a hero and saving them from a villain. And so what we need to do is really set and understand what these beliefs are. The next step will be drafting the hook. So turning each of those beliefs into 10 ranked openers, using data and past performance to keep the top 3. Create a draft that gets pushed to a human. This is our human in the loop step, where then you are able to review and polish. The next level of this is sending your feedback into the hook drafter, so it can continue to refine your voice over time. Again, this is what makes it truly agentic. And then once you start getting comments, making sure that we're triaging the ones that are worth responding to and responding to them in a not automated way, but drafting them so that you can manually respond to them. Here are 3 prompts that you can steal and run immediately. First is the belief extractor. So what you would do is you would put in a sales transcript or customer call transcript and have it list 10 specific beliefs that the company holds about your market, making them 1 sentence each, grounded in something the customer actually said. A hook generator. So write 10 LinkedIn opening lines for this belief, insert the belief from the previous step, making sure to vary the angle, and then rank them 1 to 10 on how likely your specific ICP is going to stop scrolling, and explain the top 3, right? So you can see how we're using OpenAI's or Claude's Opus logic to actually prioritize and create a ranking system on what is going to perform the best. Then you can pull in the comments that you get. You can just paste them in and sort into reply later, and ignore. and then have it draft a reply in my voice for each reply, now using my belief document. So you can see we have this belief document at the top that really grounds every content and every comment that we're creating from it. So we need, with AI, you always need to keep a human in the loop.